Hello, Nicholas. Hello, the rest of the kindergartners. Hello, Mrs. West. Miss seeing you guys at Mass and all the other fun activities we do. I'm gonna read to you one of my favorite books when I was in kindergarten. Otis. It's about a tractor, and this was one of my pictures that I did when I was your age. I was in KB, and let's get to the book. Otis by Lauren Long. There was once a friendly little tractor. His name was Otis, and every day Otis and his farmer worked together, taking care of the farm they called home. Otis liked to work. But after working all day, Otis was ready to unwind and play. He would ride the rolling hills and skirt the mud pond down by the corn. He would leapfrog bales of hay and explode through haystacks. On occasion, he would chase a rabbit or play Ring Around the Rosie with the ducks, or to the sound of his steady puff puffity chuff. And sometimes at the end of the day, he would just sit under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Every night, tired but happy, Otis would puttity chuff into the little stall in the barn that was all his. One night, when Otis was fast asleep, the farmer brought a beautiful baby calf into the barn. The calf bawled and bawled and bawled for her mother, but when the sleepy sound of a soft puff puttity chuff came from the next stall, the scared little calf stopped bawling and drifted off to sleep. From that day on, the calf started to follow the little tractor wherever he went. Putt, puff, puttity chuff. She followed him over the rolling hills and down by the mud pond. She was right behind him and leapfrogging bales of hay. And the calf made their games of Ring Around the Rosie all the better. Sometimes, at the end of the day, the two of them would just sit together under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Otis loved his little calf, and the little calf loved Otis. Then one day, the farmer surprised everyone with a brand new yellow tractor. "Time to move out, Otis," the farmer said. He looked at Otis out of a little stall and in the barn that was all his, and parked him back behind the barn. Then he backed the big yellow tractor into the stall next to the little calf. But the little calf didn't like the big yellow tractor. He had a deep rumbling snore that shook the stall when he slept. There was no one to purr the little calf gently to sleep, no one to spend her days with. And Otis could not even see his farm. The weeds began to cover his tires. His friend often sat with him, but she could not get him to play like the old days. It was early summer when the farmer discovered a poster. "Who is that prettiest little calf in the land? Judges will decide at the county fair and award the fancy blue ribbon to the winner." The farmer knew the answer. He should show the little calf. But on the morning of the fair, the little calf was nowhere to be seen. She had wandered down the mud pond by the cornfield to cool off. But when she waded in the muddy water, her feet sank. With every step, she sank deeper, deeper, and deeper. The little calf was stuck in mud pond. "Get the hands," the farmer shouted when he saw her. All the farm hands came running with their ropes, but the more they tugged, the more stuck the calf got. "Get the big yellow tractor," the farmer shouted. He can save her." But the big yellow tractor just scared the little calf. She sank deeper and deeper. Nearby farmers began to gather. Then call the fire chief Douglas and the fire truck, the farmer shouted. They can save our little calf. But the sight of the big red truck startled the little calf in even deeper. The farmer was fit to be tied. If the farmlands and the big tractor and even the fire chief Douglas and his fire truck couldn't save the little calf, who could? Suddenly the little calf's ears perked up. The hum of the roaring crowd, there came a faint sound in the distance. Soft rhythmic put puff puttity chuff. The crowd turned and looked. The sound became louder, put put puttity chuff. And all at once, Otis put puffed from all around the barn. He turned and headed towards the mud pond. Otis put puffed down the rolling hill and pulled right back up next to muddy water's edge. The calf heard her friends puttering and bawled. It was something like a hello. Then the sound of the gentle chuff and the amazement of all the people in the crowd. Otis slowly began to circle the pond. He circled and circled. The little calf turned and turned, never taking her eyes off her friend. With each ring Otis made around the mud pond, the muddy grip loosened until the calf was able to stumble out of the pond. The two friends found each other again. Otis led the calf right down the dusty road toward the village, and everyone threw flowers as they went, following them into town. It looked like everyone had a happy parade. No one needed a fancy blue ribbon to tell them that the calf was special. Otis was a special tractor, and the two of them were special friends. From that day on, the farmer discovered with Otis's puttering purr made beside the chicken coop, chickens laid more eggs. At milking time, with Otis's gentle chuff nearby, his cows produced more milk. On occasion, Otis got to join the farmer and the big yellow tractor out in the fields. But often, at the end of the day, Otis would just sit with his friend under the apple tree and watch the farm below. The end. Here's a little picture of Otis. Well, that is one of my favorite stories when I was as a kid. It's a very good book. Yeah, we miss you guys as 8th graders, and we love you kindergartners. Thank you.